welcome home. Wow.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
I will pass you
Very
back.
good.
I will pass you back to
Okay,
Ellen.
sure.
Ellen have sold you
Sure.
so well. So,
Yeah,
you
Ellen
have.
just sold me as Mother Jasly, in
I
fact.
know, I know. You have a very big shoe to fill. Make sure you do Jasly justice. Give it up to Ellen, guys.
All right, so everyone, we have Jasly back online. So like I said, we only now have until 12:45. In order to make this a smooth one, what I'll suggest you is while Jasly is doing her presentations, take down some questions that you wanted to ask. I will try and give you more time to ask the question. And do expect there is a time zone, there's a time difference, about 2 to 3 seconds. So when you say hi, wait for 1, 2, and then you will hear the hi.
Oh,
so
dear.
the same way. All right, but Jasly, you will be fine. We will enjoy that, and I just want to hand it back to you right now. So everyone, let's give a big round of applause for Jasly. Over to you.
Hi everyone, my name is
Thank you,
Jasly.
Ellen. Thank
I
you,
am
young
an
ladies
educator
and young
I'm a
gentlemen.
life
I
coach
couldn't
as well.
see your faces.
I spend a lot of time talking to people from different walks
Right,
of
but
life.
I can
and
see that all of
different
you
age
are
groups.
a lot
So
younger
5
than
years
I
ago,
am. Right, so okay, so like what Alan has said, Who Am I actually is my signature program. But what is behind this program, more importantly, was that, like what Alan said, I used to teach in school. And I start to realize that being in school, it means that we learn about every single thing. We learn about the planet, the universe, even the planet that doesn't belong to us. We learn about the plants, the animals. We learn about math, the language, everything that you can find on Earth and outside from the Earth. But we did not learn something, which is, who am I? So throughout my journey being a teacher, communicating with a lot of parents and a lot of young ladies and gentlemen like all of you here, I start to realize that people growing up knowing everything except myself. So I start to wonder why in a school that we don't have a book called Who Am I? Then when I flip the book, I start to understand myself. So I quit the school, all right, with several reasons behind it. And one of the reasons is because I want to teach a subject that is not offered in school, which is Who Am I? And Who Am I has a story about how it helps you to build confidence. All right. So before we even go further, in the event that any one of you felt that, after this, I feel a bit confused, like, then you tell yourself, yay, I'm confused. Because you know why? This is the first time that you are being introduced to this subject. You have not been taught in school. So when it is something new, it's just like going back to kindy time whereby you are being introduced to A, B, C, D till Z. It could be quite confusing as well. All right? Okay. So confidence, a lot of time we grow up knowing that confidence is somewhat like competence. As in, we see that, this student getting a lot of A's in many subjects, so he or she is a very confident student. Or maybe some students are performing very well in sports, in singing, in arts, in many other things. So anyone with competence, it means that you can do things well. It builds up your confidence. So that's how, in general, confidence come about. But today I'm going to tell you that the confidence is inside you. You already have the confidence, but because you were never told that you have the confidence and what is inside you that was never being told, that is why sometimes you thought that you don't have the confidence and you need the A to feel confident. You need to go up to the stage and start singing to be confident. You need to go down to the field and run and get the medal to feel confident, right? That's all true. I wouldn't say that that's not true. That's all true. But what I'm going to introduce you today is something more than that. It's about you, all right? So this session is about you. So before we talk about you, I want to introduce you to this young man, right? His name is Jonathan. I met Jonathan 6 years ago in Miri. Jonathan was from St. Andrew's School, and he is aware that he is always the one. He is always the one in one of the cases that I was shared. And he told me, Jonathan, told me many times, Jasly, tell my stories to everybody, because I don't want the second Jonathan. Right. So what happened is that when Jonathan came to me, he was studying the third year engineering student, okay, in civil engineering back in Curtin in Miri. He was from St. Andrews, but he actually came down to Miri to study. So I met him in one of the public talks, just like all of us here today, all right, but in a physical format. So he stayed back after the talk, and he came to me and he told me how he actually suffered. Okay, how he has actually suffered through many years being an engineering student. So I asked Jonathan, so what happened? Yeah, so what happened? I'm not sure if any one of you know Jonathan, okay? His sister from Chunghua, but he's from St. Andrews. Okay, so I picked up photos of Jonathan from his IG, from his Facebook, and he's aware of that again, right? So if you look at Jonathan, okay, I'm sure that you kind of know how to describe this person, okay? He looks like this, all right? He's always with a mic. He's always on the stage, okay? He loves the stage. He loves the attention. And very importantly, he loves people. He loves to work with people. He loves to mingle around with people. He go to school, it's all about people because his best friend is there, all right? It's all about people. And this is civil engineering. Okay? And this is civil engineering. If you look at it, one more time, I'm going to switch your photo again. This is Jonathan, and this is civil engineering. Okay. So after he graduated several years after that, he was with a company in Singapore, and then he moved to Singapore, and he was holding a position as a civil engineer in one of the construction company. And I was following him at that time through the IG. So every time I check the story and all that, she told me that his confidence level is just like our handphone battery going from green to red. He felt that I'm a failure. I know nothing. I'm always being scolded by bosses. I'm always not performing. I'm always not good in a lot of things. Right? So the thing here is that how on earth, okay, a person like Jonathan, like this, okay, got into a career, a course, all right? By the way, Jonathan took, I think engineering for most people will be 4 years, 1 year of foundation in Curtin and another 3 years to get the degree. But for Jonathan, he completed his civil engineering in out about 9 years. Okay, it's even longer than being going for the medic. 9 years, and he got into a job that kills all his confidence level. So this is what happened. Okay, so this is what happened. So my question to you is that, sorry, okay, my question. So if you look at it, Jonathan, okay, his personality is loves people a lot. He's very fun, enthusiastic, lots of sense of humor, loves popularity. But he got into the job that need him to think a lot, count a lot, analyze a lot, solving a lot of problems. So the thing here is that how could somebody who loves the stage get the mic and tell everyone, come, let's think together? Cannot, right? You can't even grab the mic and say, come, let's count together. Also cannot. Let's analyze things together. Also cannot, because all these are done, okay, being a very vibrant and very love chaos kind of person, he was put in a position of being very quiet, because you need to be having quiet moment to think, quiet moment to count, quiet moment to analyze and to solve problems. Right, so this is the issue with confidence. All right, confidence level is always there with you. but whether you're putting yourself in a position to build up more confidence, or you're putting yourself in a position to kill all your confidence. I think many of you, okay, the very first time when I talked to Jonathan, okay, before we went on a coaching session with his parents, the big question is, how did he even end up as an engineering student? So if I were to be there with you, I probably would ask you your point of view, but we are of a bit of distance here, all right? So I'm going to let you know what's the reason why Jonathan ended up like that. So after O-level, okay, Jonathan's dad and parents asked him, so what do you want to do after that? So Jonathan said, I'm not very sure. Indeed, I think like many of you who are seated down here, I'm not very sure any one of you would be very clear. I know what I want to do after O-level. I'm not very sure if any one of you are like that. All right. So some of you would say, okay, I will go to A-levels because I do not know what to do after O-levels. And likewise for Jonathan, he doesn't know because in the school, there isn't a subject to teach you how to know yourself. And when you do not know anything about yourself, how do you actually need to decide something that has to do with yourself, which is a career? So it is not your fault that you do not know what you want to do. Okay? It is not your fault that you do not know what you want to do. Likewise for Jonathan. So when Jonathan didn't know what he wanted to do, so obviously the parents would decide. The parents came down to Miri, saw curtain, not that, took out the form and filled it up. Then there he goes. So engineering in the more traditional mindset, has that kind of thinking that, well, my boy is a man, going to be a man, so man goes near the engine. So engineer, okay, go near the engine. Yeah, so that's how it went. So after 9 years after Jonathan graduated, he said, I wished I had a higher self-awareness in order to make a wiser decisions for my career planning. So what do you mean by self-awareness? 1, I know what's my strength. 2, I know what's my weakness. 3, I know what's my interest. But if many of you are always at home, you didn't really go out to explore, then you may not know what's your interest. I wish that I know what's my skill set. As in, at home, whenever the bulbs fail to work, mommy will ask me to go and repair the bulbs, or maybe the plumbing issues at home, or the aircon is not leaking or whatsoever. I'm those kind of people who knows how to actually fix it without even learning how to. Or maybe I go to the YouTube, I tutorial it over, and then I know how to do it. What kind of talents do I have? This is a long story when it comes to talents. I was always being told that I'm not talented back when I was young, simply because I do not know how to dance. I cannot sing. I cannot dance, cannot sing, cannot do art, cannot not do music. So a lot of people, or sports, all right? So a lot of people has that kind of misconception that talent means you can dance, you can sing, you can do all those kind of creative works, okay? But the thing here is that talent are more than that. I'm going to share with you what kind of talents that you have, okay? And I wish that, all right, Jonathan said that I wish that I know what's my values as well. So when all these were never being taught to you, it is very normal for you not to know what I want to do. And some more, we are in an era that since young, we have a lot of things that is being decided by parents. For example, whether we want to go for MACD and makan, or we want to makan nasi katok, that alone is being decided by parents. And but parents would say, don't go to MACD, not healthy. Let's go to nasi katok. All right. So when our makan is being decided, we never really experience making decisions a lot of time. and we don't have the skill to make decisions. One, I don't know who am I. Two, I don't know how to make decisions. All right. So all this has a lot of impact towards your confidence. So in who am I actually? Okay, this is just half an hour lesson. All right, half an hour lesson. Let me just tell you what's conscious mind and subconscious mind. In order for you to understand yourself from today onwards, you have to look into your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. So what is conscious mind? If you look at the picture itself, it simply means that something that you can see. I walk very fast. I can run fast. So I can see, I can run very fast. That's your conscious mind. That's something that is logical. That's something that you can see. I know how to repair the aircon at home. That is something that you can see. I can talk to everybody in school. I can talk to my principal as well. I have no issue talking to people. That is something that you can see. But subconscious mind is something that you cannot see, that is inside you. Let me just give you one example of what subconscious mind all about. Okay, I have a student 15 years back when I was back in Chonghua. Okay, when I was back in Chonghua, so this student came to me and he told me, I hated my dad a lot. I hated my father because my father, whenever he goes mad at home, he would actually throw the plates, okay, the pinggan mangkok, the plates all being thrown here and there. And it creates a lot of fear in me. And that was throughout his childhood, through his teenage, he has witnessed his father throwing things at home. He hated it, he disliked it, all right? But today, okay, this boy back in Chonghua today is an adult, 30 years old, married with wife and one kid. And he came back to me just last month during my public workshop. He asked me one question. Jasly, do you remember I came to you back in Chonghua? I hated my dad for responding it that way to me and to people at home as well by throwing plates. But do you know what? Today, whenever I got angry, I would grab things at home and I'll start throwing as well. That is subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is the kind of mind that actually pick up whatever that you have learned in childhood, even though you don't like it, even though you hate it, even though you didn't intend to learn it, but you already learn it through your life. So it's about unlearning again. All right. So this boy at the age of 30 realized that he's always throwing things at home as well. Whenever he got mad and angry about things. So this is how powerful our subconscious mind is. It's something that we need to know, but a lot of us do not know it's already inside us. Conscious mind is about skill sets. Conscious mind is about interests. Conscious mind is about behaviors, okay? Things that you can see. Subconscious mind are things that you do not know it's inside you, but it's already inside you. Subconscious mind has a lot to do with your belief. The list goes on and on, but today I'm not ready to show you all, not so as not to confuse all of you even more. But there is a huge big of iceberg inside us that is yet to be explored. That is yet to be explored. Okay, so when you want to be a very highly self-confident person, you have to explore all about you, this conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and then your battery level, just like your handphone, will be charged to the utmost situation. Okay, so this is what Jonathan's mom told me. The cost of engineering is about RM 120K, okay? And the cost of wrong decision for choosing a career could lead up to this much of money and this much of duration and this much of emotional well-being. But I told the mom actually at the end of the day, I told the mom that there isn't wrong decision. There is a lot of learning from this journey itself. Okay. There is a lot of journey. And because of that, Jonathan managed to get to know himself so much more through this pain. In mapping our career dream, okay, just a side trick, just one slide, just to let you know that, because I can see that all your ages, you probably, the main thing in your brain is all about career. In our 3 steps of mapping out your career, the first one is all about being a self-expert. The second one is about I explore, I go and explore this, explore that, and I get to know more. The third one is actually you go and do it. As simple as that. It sounds simple, but the first one, the first step is the one that we have to take care of, which is being a self-expert. I need to know a lot about myself. Okay, so for the next few slides, okay, that will lead to the end of these slides, I'm going to ask you a few questions, okay? You just jot down words that you see from my screen, that you felt that you can relate to, that you felt that you can resonate, that you felt that that's me, that kind of feeling. So this session is about very much about gut feel, okay? Very much about gut feel of who you are. First question, am I a very task-oriented person, or am I a very people-oriented person? If you're task-oriented, you go to school, the first thing you do is faster go and copy homework, faster go and do my work, faster go and do everything so that my teacher will not scold me. Or are you the very people-oriented person? You first thing you go to school, you first thing, what do? You go around the classroom like social butterfly, you go and say hi, good morning everyone, and hi, how are you doing? And you social butterfly everywhere before you actually seated down. By the time the bell rings, you're still somewhere in another class. And by the time you get into your own class, get into your own seat, you're already late. People-oriented. Okay, you just jot down. If you think that a lot of time I always like sit down, do my own work. Okay, it could be, it need not to be your homework. It could be you just like to, I just want to try to break my pencil and see how it goes. I want to break my pen and see how it goes. It could be like that as well. Right, so are you a task-oriented person or people-oriented? You just jot down words that relate to you. Second, am I an active person or passive person? Active person, a pure person like Jonathan. Passive one, the passive one are people who actually prefer to be seated at one place and be very zen about it, instead of going to places and talking to everybody. It doesn't mean that your passive is good, active is good, passive is no good. No, there's no good or bad in this connotation. It simply means that whether you have higher energy or you have lower energy. Next one. If after all this, your big question is, I don't know, Jasly, after I listen to you, I don't know whether I'm active or not. I don't know whether I'm passive or not. You can start asking your friends. Your friends are your witness. People who grew up with you would be able to tell you. All right. You go back home, before you sleep, you start to reflect. If still cannot, you meet Jasly again in the public platform of the other side. Okay. Right. So the next question, are you the kind of person who prefer to work on object, or you like to investigate? Okay, so these are the 2 questions to you again. Are you those kind of person who take a Lego set, a puzzles of 1,000 pieces, and you like to work on it, or you like to thinking, you like thinking work? Or are you the kind who loves people? Sorry, both are people, but one is I want to help people. Second one is I want to persuade people. I want to influence them to buy things from me. The first one is just like your cikgu. Okay, your cikgu is wanted to help you. All right, people who wants to help you in your life. Or are you those kind of people who are very enterprising? You want to mix around with people, but you want to get something out of it. Okay, it could be monetary, it could be your leadership. Okay, it could be your influential skills of this kind. So which one is that is more of you? Next one. Are you okay? People who loves artistic work, creating work, painting, singing, dancing, doing writings, writing journals, drawing comics, or are you those kind that prefer to organize things in a very conventional way? You like to organize things, you like your bags to be nicely put, you like your pencil case, all the pens and erasers and your whatsoever is nicely being stored in a very organized manner, in a very neat and tidy manner. So which one is you? Hmm. I can see that there's some faces that I'm not very sure. Okay, it's good. As I said before, if you are confused, it's a good sign. It means that you are learning something new. Okay, be confused first. It's good to be confused. Are you those kind who likes music? Okay, you're very fast in catching music. When Pink, okay, when any of the K-pop or any of the band actually came up with a new song, you are those that could grasp it very fast. Or are you those kind that when you start to learn new sports, you find it very easy for you to pick it up? Maybe this year is the first year that you start to learn basketball, but to you, it's so easy. But your friend has been learning it for the past 5 years, and he may not be as good as you. So are you those kind that which is easier? Okay, easier means easier for you to pick it up. There's some people, when it comes to music, no matter 100 times they listen to music, they still couldn't get it. They don't get the rhythm, they don't get how the tune like, okay, they don't get the tempo, they just cannot understand it. So which one is easier for you? Okay, which one is easier for you? Next one. Are you those kind of people who make friends very easily? Making friends is easy to you? Or are you those kind that actually easier to be alone yourself and start to think about a lot of things about yourself? I think I'm like this. I think I'm like that. Are you those kind? Okay. So which type are you? Maybe you said, I'm more of interpersonal, but I am also intra at times, which is possible. All right. It is very possible for a person to have both. But some of you, I would say many of you would prefer one to another to a lot of extent. Okay. From my past experiences going through this with a lot of students, most of the students would pick one, okay? But if you pick two, that's fine as well. It means that you're multi-talented. Some of you, you start to, I am not sure during this period of time, you start to see a trend that a lot of people start to plant green leaves, leafy plants. I have a lot of friends that start to get into this thing. And some people, they're so much a green hand that whatever they plant, whatever they rear, what kind of pets they rear, it actually bloom, it actually grows so well. Or are you those kind that is better with words? One is good with plants, the other one is, oh no, I think I'm better with words. Better with words, it means that sometimes when you talk, after you finish the sentence, a lot of people start to say, hey, just now, Yani, just now, you said the word, but I don't know what that means. How come whenever you start talking to people, you have a lot of words that I never heard of? Maybe you are better with words, right? When you see a lot of words, you are able to churn it out into a poems. Maybe you are like that. All right, next one. Are you those kind that would actually, when you take photography lessons or you start to explore photograph, IG, you're very fast in getting nice picture that everyone would comment that, oh, how did you do it? Did you go and learn? Then you say, no, I can't learn. I just pick it up somewhere. I just model it somewhere. It seems that it's quite easy for me. Or maybe you're the kind of person that is easier when it comes to numbers, when it comes to thinking, when it comes to reflecting, analyzing numbers. So which one is you? So at the end of the day, okay, this is the last one, okay? At the end of the day, maybe you come up with this chart. after you jot down all the words that you have, all right, maybe you come up with this task. Who am I? My name is Jasly. I'm a very task-oriented person. When I go to school, I start to do work. Okay, I don't go around and social butterfly and talk, talk, talk. No, I sit down and start to do work. It may not be my work, my homework. I may be handling my handphones. I may be handling my bottles, anything. So long I'm doing work. I love objects, okay? I love objects, okay? Such as the Lego set, such as a lot more objects, so long I can touch it. So long it's not human. I'm very interested with artistic work as well, okay? I love to draw. At the same time, I love to write. Music to me, okay? Music to me come very fast. When I listen to a piece of new music, I can somehow use my piano and play out. It may not be perfect, but I can get it. I know how the tempo sounds like. I know how the rhythm sounds like. It is easy for me. And I'm very good with nature. When my mom's plants is dying, I'm the one who is always the savior to the plants. So if you could actually describe yourself this way, who am I? I am somebody who's like this. I prefer to work with this thing. I'm good at that thing. This is a super basic of who am I actually. Okay, we are having a 30 minutes lesson. The total who am I actually consists of 2 days. Okay, 2 days plus another 2 days. That's 4 days altogether. For you to understand yourself from inside to outside, okay? But we have a basic one for today. So at the end of the day, we have known a lot of people through a lot of biographies, famous people. Today onwards, spend some time every single day to write something about yourself, all right? It is a subject that's not taught in school, but it is one of the, I wouldn't say the subjects taught in school are not good. They're all brilliant things that you need to learn. But one thing that is not taught that you need to learn is about you. It's about you, okay? But if you, after today, you say, I do not know what else to learn. I don't know how to learn. There's one platform. Follow me on my IG, follow me on my Facebook. Every single year, I've got 2 to 3 times that I offer free classes for public. Anyone can come in to learn. Okay, my paid program, but I also have my free sessions that I offered at least 2 to 3 weeks for a lot of publics as well. Okay, and many of my Brunei friends. Okay, Brunei is somewhat like my second home. So a lot of my Brunei friends has actually attended the free programs and also the paid one. Follow me, and this is one of platform. But just don't follow me only. The best person, another person that's in the room with you, which is Alan. Alan is also very good in this. Okay, he's very good in personality as well. Follow Alan as well. Okay, and any other gurus that you can find in the whole wide world that would teach you about self-awareness. It's your turn. It's your turn to learn about me, myself. Back to you, Alan. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jasly. Everyone give Jasly a big round of applause. Jangan carried with your clapping, okay? Louder applause because she can hear it via the Zoom. All right, Jasly, I hope you hear the cheers. It was a good presentation. Now, just a quick show of hand. How many of you have questions to ask? Raise your hand. How many of you have questions for Jasly? Let me see. I got one. Any more? One. I have one question as well. So that's 2. Anyone has any questions? Because I want to manage the time better. Anybody else? Okay, so we have enough time for maximum 3 questions. It's 12:40 already. We'll try to take it as fast as possible. Let's start off with the questions from this young lady at the back. Yes, you can. What's your name? Valerie, what's your question? I'll speak it out to Jasly as well. It's quite long. I'm a good summarizer. Oh, No, you can actually read out. I can summarize it. Valerie has a question. Valerie wants to do A. Mommy say, no, do B. B is good for you. You're bad in A. Valerie say, okay, I'm bad in B, so I will do A. What can she do?
Okay, Valerie, I think your question is super valid. This is the top one question that I answer to parents and students every single year. It's a long answer, but let me put it like Alan, make it ringkasan again. Okay, the thing here is that a lot of parents, okay, let me put it super short. A lot of parents don't allow you to choose what you want. It's because I've interviewed hundreds of parents. They told me the same thing. It's because they believe, they've seen with their eyes, they've observed you at home, that they believe that you are not matured enough to decide for yourself. This is a very painful answer to Valerie and to many of you. Parents, then I asked the parents, what do you mean by your daughter or your son cannot decide for themselves? What do you mean by not being matured? Then the parents said something like, oh, my son, every time exam, I have to nag on him, go to study. The baju, after wear, never put properly, never go and put in the washing machine, a lot of things. After makan, never go and wash the plates. From all these kind of fine gestures that the parents has actually deduced that you're not an independent adult who can be responsible to self, even your baju, your makan, or whatsoever. That's why the parents start to deduce that you're not mature enough. So I asked the parents again, so what can your son and your daughter do in order for you to be able to let them to decide? Then the parents answered to me. The parents said, if I ask a lot of questions about, like, for example, one of my students said he wants to be a pilot. So Papa asked, oh, you want to be a pilot? Where to study? Then the son said, oh, I also don't know. Maybe I can ask my cikgu in school. When you say, don't know, Second question, oh, after you become pilot, then how much is the salary? Oh, how I know? I haven't even go and learn. Then, not matured. Third question, if let's say Papa no money, then if Papa no money, then how are you going to go about with the course? No money, then how I'm supposed to do? Not matured. So if you are able to convince your parents, like convince a big boss in a company with a proposal, that is the answer. I hope that answer to you, Valerie, and the rest of you.
Thank you, Jasly. So in summary, it means do your homework, have the answer. If you know that your parents are going to ask you 3 questions, prepare 5 answers for them. So you always think 1 step or 2 steps ahead of them. All right, so thank you, Jasly, for the answer. Anyone else has any other question? A second question? No? Then I have a second question. It sounds like it's hard to communicate, right? And it's not just only us who needs to find out who am I. Should we send our parents to attend the course of who am I too?
Awesome, Alan. Okay, awesome. That's a brilliant question. A lot of parents actually came to me and said, can you guide Valerie? Can you guide Jessica? Can you guide and Alan to make decision, which are my sons and daughters? I always tell the parents, can you come? You come together with your son. It has to be together. My workshops are all open for adults only for now. You know why? The parents need it more than the kids.
Thank you,
And
Jasly.
yeah, back to you.
All right, so which means that if you want to find out more, do not just attend by yourself. Tell your parents you should come here with me too. Okay? I'm a parent. I have young kids as well, so I think this is something that is very important. Now this is 12:45. Let's get one last question. Siddiq, any questions from you? I did not hear that. Siddiq, any questions from you? Or anyone else has any last question? It's not easy to get Jasly time. Let's get one question, then we can wrap this up. Anyone? Aside from, can we go from lunch? Okay, that is not a valid question. Any other questions? I'll tell you a secret. I'm very good with silence. What about you? You have any questions for your teacher? She's like, no. Let's have one question before we go for lunch. You know, it's one question between you and lunch. It is not me. Okay, let's give Siddiq a round of applause first because he saved all of you from having lunch, okay? You all have lunch now. Okay,
Yay.
the questions from Siddiq is, what is the easiest way to gain confidence and to find out a lot more about yourself? Right, Jasly? Over to you.
All right, Alan. Thank you, Siddiq, for the question. Awesome. I can find that there's two questions. What's the fastest way? Huh? Fastest way to gain confidence in 3 minutes is your body posture. The way how you stand, look at Alan. Look at Alan. The way how he stand commands confidence. If he were to stand like this, I tell you, that's the instant way of him telling you, I have no confidence. Alan can demo it to you right now. That's the instant way of confidence. Huh? But the most sustainable and a longer way of inner confidence comes from self-awareness. How do you fast go and learn? Is to find a guru and learn. To me, that's the fastest way. Some people say, I don't want a guru. I'll just look for YouTube to study. I'll look for books to study. That's fine as well. That works as well. It is longer because somehow after you read the books, you start to ponder, don't know whether is it true or not. You don't have a cikgu. You go to school because you need a guru to verify whether what you have learned is correct or not. Likewise for who am I? Yeah. Back to you, Alan.
All right, thank you, Jasly. Thank you, Siddiq, for the last questions as well. So another round of applause to Valerie as well for the questions. Well done. So to sum it up, everyone, this is just 30 minutes. If you want to find out more, you can always follow Jasly, JASLYKONG, Jasly Kong. She has a lot of free content, I think, which is very helpful for all of you. Like what I mentioned earlier in the morning sessions, during this time, it's the best time to get knowledge. It's the best time to equip yourself with something very, very useful. So with that, can we all please give Jasly another big round of applause to thank her for her time. And Jasly, continue to stay safe, take care, and I'll see you soon again, yeah? So everyone else, we are on time. It's now 12:48. We can now go and hunt for our lunch. Make sure you get yourself fed because later on, we will come back at 1:45. Is that okay for everyone? All right, so thank you very much, and let's go for lunch. Thank you. Bye, Jasly.
Yay! Thank you, everyone. Bye, Alan. Bye, everyone.